Space Coconut.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, the Withering Blight event is postponed until the release of the mid-chapter 3.3.0. We're working on getting the update ready as soon as possible, and we'll keep you posted. Now, the interesting thing about this is, I always thought that the event was tied to the mid-chapter anyway. I mean, why would you release one thing and then have, a really big patch right afterwards? Why would the event be, activated, and then we have a couple of days, and then have to stop what we're doing, download the patch, which is going to be pretty big, and then, we lose all of that time. I know it's not a lot of time for some people, but I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, delayed. Now, the question on everybody's mind is, why? Why is it delayed? And that's something that nobody has been forthcoming about. I mentioned on the forums, or I actually tagged Peanuts in the thread that somebody had made about it, as to why. I asked him, can you give us a hint as to why it was postponed? Was it a technical issue with the patch and or event? Or was it to make some adjustments to the archives in Rift due to the feedback you received? This is something that I would have liked to have known. Why is this thing pushed back? Did they decide or figure out that the numbers they provided for when people would be able to complete this thing were not in line with how it actually may have turned out, and then they decided to change things and then found out that the changes would be much more difficult, so they added a couple of days? Polyester also made a video about the event being delayed, and he mentioned the power outage that they had, that maybe they forgot to save some of their progress and they lost a day's worth of progress. But the number of days that this thing gets pushed back might give us a better clue as to what is causing the delay. Some people mentioned that it might be because of the consoles, maybe some certification didn't get passed or something like that. I don't know. But I would like to believe that the delay is because they're adjusting the archive challenges, because they're adjusting the time to receive fragments and just complete the archives and the Rift in general for, as they've said themselves, casual players. I had an idea today to put about an hour's worth of gameplay up. But I'm not talking gameplay, I'm talking straight from when I turn on the game, load in, select the killers and all that stuff, and do 1 hour of gameplay and see how many matches I can get and how much player XP I get in that period of time, to see, if I'm an average player or not, or how much XP somebody might be able to assume they're going to get within an hour period. And that would be something to take into consideration. This would be including the time to load the game at the beginning, because once you sit down in front of your computer, that's time that you're spending grinding, essentially, because you're preparing. I say computer because PC console, PC Master Race. So yeah, anyway, once you sit down in front of it, that's when your grind starts. That's when your hour starts, because if you have 1 hour to do anything, if you have an hour to do play a game, somebody's gonna, if you have a timer, that's when it starts. Anyway, I made my point. Anyway, my point actually is I want to do that. Put up an hour of gameplay, or at least play an hour, time myself, and figure out how much I get. That might be one way to go about it. My averages so far have been about 11 minutes per match, but that's not including anything else. So I think that'd be an interesting experiment. Anyway, I hope it's to adjust that, honestly, but we have no way of knowing because they say unforeseen circumstances. But I don't know. This almost feels technical, like there's just a mishap that they couldn't avoid. So maybe nothing is getting adjusted in the archives and the rifts, and that's going to be disappointing. But anyway, the video I had originally planned for today is going to come out tomorrow, so it's going to be talking about the yeah, you'll see. It's just, it was today's video. I just pushed it back a day because this was newsworthy. I just wish I could have made a video earlier today. Anyway, because, do this full time. Blah, 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 blah. All that actually brings me to something completely unrelated. Oh, that's not unrelated to Dead by Daylight. So let's talk about this really quick. As I'm looking at this, I am at 3,998 subscribers. Now, this is awesome and amazing, and I'm super, super happy about this. It kind of blew up with those couple of videos that I made. Anyway, there is something that some of you may have forgotten about, and many of you new people do not know about. So I'm going to share this with you. I have a little store on Teespring. I'm gonna, the link is at the end of the video and in the description. But I have a little store, and I designed a couple of shirts. Nothing special, nothing spectacular, So don't, I'm not the greatest designer. I would like to make some better things, but there is one logo or one design that's in there, and it's only temporary. So we're creeping up on almost 5,000 people. So, well, we're creeping up on 4,000 people, and we're coming up to 5. So I thought I would mention this. I don't talk about this too often because the focus isn't my store or getting you guys to buy stuff. I need to get better at making videos. I want to grow the audience and all of that, but we're reaching the halfway point, and I wanted to share this with you. This design is only available until I reach 10,000 subs. Once that happens, I'm deleting the logo and all of this stuff. So this design in particular will be gone. The Hag main shirt and the other space coconut image, those will be available, permanently, indefinitely, until I upgrade them or anything like that. So, yeah. Hey, look at me marketing. So anyway, that's really it. I just wanted to talk about the delay. There's nothing really special. Everything that people have been planning on to do this week is kind of up in the air now, because we don't know when it's going to come back. We don't know when the event's actually going to start. So let's just play more Dead by Daylight. I know many of us have been dealing with all of the insta-heals, at least the killer side, the insta-heals and stuff all over the place, but they're easy to play around because everybody has them. If you see a med kit, they probably have an insta-heal, and it's pretty easy to work around, or just play around with. So, I don't know, enjoy the game as it is, as much as you can as it is. But, actually, now that I think about it, this also does bring up something else, but depending on how far back this thing is pushed back, I might have enough time to solely focus on Outer Worlds and get through the campaign. I think I can do that in a weekend, and then, carve it up into pieces and, make videos twice a week for that. That was the popular choice on the poll, so I will be doing two Outer Worlds videos a week. Which days is kind of up in the air. Maybe Tuesday, Thursday, maybe the 2 T's. Anyway, so yeah, Outer Worlds, depending on how long the Blight is pushed back and the rifts and all of that, I might have a lot of time to get that done. So yeah, that'll be something that I can do, that I can work on. And yeah, I mean, while the delay for the Blight kind of sucks, it works out for other reasons. So just roll with it. Don't be too upset, because maybe they're fixing the things that we complained about in the surveys. I mean, I know I complained, but you guys saw that. Anyway, I have an idea for another video, and so I'm going to start editing that since I'm several videos ahead, so I have time to edit and do some stuff. So, yep, look forward to that. I hope I get it done. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. Thanks for just hanging out with me through the roller coaster of good and awful videos that I make. So, thank you. Until tomorrow, I'll see you in the fog.